Hi there. Today, I want to ask you a couple of questions and get a feel for what might be possible this fall. As many of you know, the American Good Film Festival is happening right now. It's the seventh one. We are doing an Esperanto short film contest. We, as in Esperanto USA, is doing that. And Katie from the channel Katie is the host. This is the second time they're hosting it. And it's going to be really exciting to see all the films. They're all going to go on YouTube where anyone can watch them with internet access. You can check those films out. But a special thing that's happened the last 2 years is here in Atlanta, Georgia, I've put together a red carpet premiere for all the films that were made locally here in Atlanta. And people get to show their films, and then the director goes up afterwards and we have a little Q&A time to talk about the films. Wow, how'd you get that really cool shot at the end? What inspired this film? You can talk about it. And then the filmmakers get to be in the room surrounded by people who are laughing at the funny parts and are gasping at the surprises, and you can see them crying at the tear-jerking sad moments. And wow, there's nothing like that. That is so different than making a film, working super hard on a film, sending it in, and it just showing up on YouTube. And all you get to do then is see if it gets a lot of views and see if it gets a lot of likes. But seeing likes on a YouTube video is nothing like seeing an audience captivated by the story you've told. That is a really special thing that I've gotten to enjoy quite a lot here in Atlanta because of the program my friend Isaac started called Kick the Ladder. If you go to kicktheladder.com, you can learn more about that. We make 1-minute short films every single week for months at a time, which gives you lots and lots of practice. And that's one of the main reasons why so many of my Atlanta friends, my Kick the Ladder filmmakers, won prizes last year. They won the majority of the prizes in the American Good Film Festival because they're so used to just churning out films with only a week to do it. So when they got 7 weeks last year for the film festival, oh, that's easy street. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Whereas many people heard that, wait, you don't even have 2 full months? Oh my word, I don't stand a chance. I'm not even going to bother. So a lot of people didn't even try because they didn't have enough time for what they're used to. So that's a pretty cool thing. One of the big draws of Kick the Ladder is that you get to every week, at the end of that week, sit in a room with others and watch your film get premiered in front of an audience. And so doing these red carpets for the Esperanto Festival has been really fun to give a taste of that to Esperanto filmmakers and get to enjoy that together instead of Esperanto just being on your phone and disconnected from other people. So it's been a really unifying thing. And it's been quite a hit. We had almost 40 people at the red carpet last year, and we had about the same turnout 2 years ago at the other red carpet. So it's been a really fun event, but it's mostly non-Esperanto people who got help from Esperantists to make films in that language, but are talking about the films afterwards entirely in English. So the thought crossed my mind, would it be worth putting together a full weekend of Esperanto events for Esperanto speakers to come into Atlanta, fly in, drive in, take the train, what have you, and do some stuff together and hang out, and then get to enjoy a red carpet. And that way, if they want to fly in or drive in, and then they're going to be there anyway for the premiere, they could then show the films that they're working on and get to talk about that. And if you live in a not film city, maybe you don't get a chance to do something like that and to show off your films in front of a crowd. So that could be a really special time. And maybe we could organize some other events like watching an Esperanto film, like one of the Christopher Meme films in Esperanto, and then chatting about it, afterwards there. Having separate events for Esperanto folks that weekend, as well as the big red carpet. That will be a lot in English. Could be fun. And I know there's some Esperantists that are already planning to come into town for that, but if we opened it up and had more of an official event, a Kina Congresso of sorts, would that be worth doing? There's a hostel not far from where I live where you can stay for a lot cheaper than staying in a hotel. I could go check that place out and make sure everything's good there and maybe deal with reserving some spaces so that people on a budget could afford to come check that out. I'm letting a few people stay here at my house. They've already kind of claimed the guest room and the extra couch in the living room there for themselves. So there's maybe ways, though, that I could facilitate letting people come without having to spend tons of money, in tourist mode. But let me know in the comments section. Don't give me too much information, you know, that other people would see about like where you live and who you are necessarily, but you know, feel free to hit me up, you know, there or on Telegram, or send me an email or what have you, and let me know, hey, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to make it in for an event like that. So the plan is the weekend of November 8th is when we would do the red carpet. So that Saturday night is when, afternoon or night, was when we would do the red carpet. But then before that and after that, we could hang out and do some Esperanto folk stuff, and maybe do something fun Friday night if folks get into town early, and maybe line up some stuff on Sunday to do before people leave Sunday evening to go back to their homes. We could do that. It's fine if that doesn't happen. I don't necessarily need more work to do, but it wouldn't be that much extra work for me to do that now if I'm already planning on having a big screening and all that stuff. This is the 5th year of the festival, so we can celebrate that, and I think it would be nice to celebrate that with like a big event with a mix of Esperanto folks and filmmaker folks who are dabbling in using Esperanto. But yeah, if that's a not good time for people, oh, it's too close to the holidays, oh, my kids are already in school, they got sports, all this stuff, and if other people really can't make it in from out of town, it's tough when it's not summertime to try to line up schedules like that. Oh, so be it. But I wanted to find out what people's thoughts are. Some people, yeah, couldn't make it to Toronto because they couldn't find their passport, didn't have an up-to-date passport to leave the country and go up to Canada. So this could be a chance to have an Esperanto event here in the US of A in 2025 and let some people come to that who couldn't make it all the way up there. So, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love a rough number of people who are interested before going to the board of directors of Esperanto USA and saying, hey, could you guys help me out with setting up logistics and reserving stuff? If enough people are coming, well, should we, you know, ship in a couple boxes of books and have a little libro servo and do a little like book sale there so that if people are already coming in, they just put some, you know, buy some books and put it in their suitcase. That was really nice in Toronto that people got to buy some used Esperanto books there that they normally wouldn't have access to. I don't know. The sky's the limit. We could do whatever. I live here, so I've seen the sites there are to see. So I can tell you what to check out and maybe go grab some food with you. But you know, you can go ride the Ferris wheel if you want to. You know, I'm happy to play host and make a bigger event out of this. But I'm also fine if we don't do that. But yeah, weigh in the comments section or message me directly to let me know what your thoughts are. Want to open the floor to make it as cool as can possibly be. Thanks for watching, thanks for weighing in, and have a wonderful day. Patrons, thank you so much for your support in making these videos and for helping people explore Esperanto.